Imagine a world grappling with a profound challenge: how to interpret sacred texts, apply them to daily life, and build a cohesive legal system across a vast, diverse empire. In the 8th century, Islam faced this very dilemma. Into this intellectual crucible stepped a brilliant mind, a scholar whose genius would not only answer these questions, but fundamentally reshape the landscape of Islamic thought for over a millennium. His name, Imam Muhammad ibn Idris, al-Shafi'i. Today, we delve into the extraordinary journey of the man who harmonized conflicting legal myths, established the science of Usul al-Fiqh, the principles of Islamic jurisprudence, and became one of the most revered figures in Islamic intellectual history. Prepare to discover the architect of Islamic law. Imam Shafi'i was born in Gaza in 767 AD into a humble family. A descendant of the Quraysh tribe, the same tribe as Prophet Muhammad, orphaned at a young age, his mother brought him to Mecca, fearing his noble lineage would be lost. There, despite poverty, his exceptional intellect shone through. By age 7, he had memorized the entire Quran. Not content with just memorization, he immersed himself in the Arabic language and poetry, spending years among the Bedouin tribes to master its purest form, a critical skill for understanding the Quran. By age 10, he had memorized the monumental legal work al-Muwatta of the great scholar Imam Malik in Medina. This set the stage for his first major intellectual journey. At around 13, Shafi'i traveled to Medina to study directly under Imam Malik, initiating a lifelong quest for knowledge. Under Imam Malik, Shafi'i absorbed the Madnan school of thoughts, which heavily relied on the Sunnah and the consensus of Medinan scholars. This was the first pillar of his vast legal education. After Imam Malik's passing, Shafi'i traveled to Yemen and then to Iraq, the intellectual heartland of the Hanafi school of thought. In Iraq, he studied under Imam Muhammad al-Shaybani, a leading student of Imam Abu Hanifa. Here, he encountered a different methodology, one that emphasized analogical reasoning and juristic preference more prominently. He now had direct experience with the two dominant and often conflicting legal schools of his time, the al-Hadith in Medina and the al-Rawai in Iraq. Instead of choosing one over the other, Shafi'i saw the strengths and weaknesses of both. He began to conceive of a unifying framework that could reconcile these approaches and establish clear, consistent principles for legal derivation. His genius culminated in the creation of a new science, Usul al-Fiqh, the principles of Islamic jurisprudence. This was a groundbreaking methodology, a systematic approach to deriving Islamic law. His seminal work, al-Risala, was the first systematic text outlining these principles. He posited that there are primary sources, the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet. Then came secondary sources, ijma, the consensus of the community, and finally, qiyas, or analogical reasoning. Crucially, Shafi'i established a clear hierarchy among these sources, providing a rigorous framework to resolve conflicts and ensure consistency, thereby bringing order to the diverse legal landscape. Shafi'i eventually settled in Egypt, specifically in Fustat, around 813 AD. It was here that his mature thought solidified, leading to the development of his distinctive Shafi'i school of jurisprudence. In Egypt, he revised many of his earlier legal opinions, a process known as his new madhab, documented in his monumental work, Ulum, or the Mother Book. The Shafi'i madhab is often seen as a balance between the strict reliance on hadith and the extensive use of reasoning. It is known for its rigorous methodology and detailed application of Usul al-Fiqh. His intellectual influence was immense, and he gathered numerous students who would propagate his teachings far and wide. Imam Shafi'i passed away in Fustat, Egypt, in 820 AD, at the age of 54. The impact of Imam Shafi'i's work cannot be overstated. His methodology of Usul al-Fiqh became the standard for all subsequent Islamic legal schools, influencing not just his own madhab, but also the Hanafi, Maliki, and Hanbali schools. Today, the Shafi'i school is followed by hundreds of millions of Muslims worldwide, particularly in Egypt, Southeast Asia, East Africa, and parts of the Levant. Imam Shafi'i was more than just a jurist. He was an intellectual revolutionary. He gave Islamic law a coherent, logical structure, providing clarity and consistency that was desperately needed. His life demonstrates the power of rigorous scholarship and intellectual synthesis. What aspects of Imam Shafi'i's intellectual journey do you find most compelling? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this biography insightful, please like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the luminaries of Islamic history. Thanks for watching.